The fact of the matter is, if you're starting out in college or fresh out of college, in order to get into the business, unless you have family in high places, you're going to have to get either internships or a production assistantship. It's pretty much where everybody, or darn near everybody, starts, barring connections or just dumb luck. And so if you're watching this video, one of the questions that you have is, well, what makes a good intern? What makes a good production assistant? There's a reason why outside of specialized film schools, a lot of production departments are in departments that include communication, either communication studies, speech communication, some places are speech communication and theater arts, some are cultural studies and communication studies. They almost all have a component that involves communication. And that's good for you if you have taken those classes, because one of the things that a production internship or production assistantship is looking for is somebody who is a good communicator. You are clear, you know how to interact with other people, you understand how small groups work, how organizational communication works, you're not afraid to stand up in front of other people and speak, and you otherwise have thought about rhetorical situations and communication theories and strategies to make you be an effective communicator. Of course, related to that is this idea that you need to be able to speak and write well. Understand that when you are applying for internships, when you are looking for production assistantships, you probably are going to be writing a cover letter, or you're going to be making a phone call or three. You need to be able to learn to convert these thoughts in your head and turn them into organized, effective, persuasive communication. And so even if you're not in a communication studies department, if you're not in a department that has these types of classes, find opportunities to speak, find opportunities to learn to write creatively, of course, but also write ideas down, to be able to write informative, summative statements, to use words to be persuasive, because what you are trying to do is first persuade them to bring you on board, and second, to make sure that they want to keep you. You're going to be on the phone, you're going to be writing to people. You're going to be writing cover letters, you're going to be writing letters to talent, you're going to be dealing with agents, you're going to be dealing with clients, you're going to be dealing with account executives. Whatever it is, you are going to have to be able to write, you're going to have to be able to speak. And so don't underestimate the value of those skills. A good production assistant is motivated and attentive. Have your head on a swivel. Look for things that could be problems, identify them, and solve them. Even if they're not paying you, you need to approach this as if it's your job. And if they are expecting you to give 100%, you should be giving 110%. And that's not because they expect so little of you. It's because they expect a lot of great things from you, and you want to rise that challenge. They have problems. They have things that are going on that they need to solve. And if you are one of those, you are replaceable. And you can be replaced by somebody who won't be a problem. And if you are attentive, if you are motivated, you are a part of the team, and that's what they want. Related to these ideas that I've already talked about is that you have to be professional. Dress better than what they expect you to. Carry yourself positively. Make sure you've showered. I mean, these things might seem kind of silly, but I can tell you that having been on set, I have got many people who have been production assistants or who have been interns who come in tired, who come in dragging, who look like they were out all night, in some cases talk about how they were out all night. Another thing that makes a good production assistant or an intern is a willingness to learn. If you sit down and you talk about people who work both in the sort of more technical areas of production and the creative areas of production, one of the things that they consistently say is, I learned so much by watching the people around me, both in terms of what to do, but also what not to do, I learned by simply being present, going through the experience of production, and seeing this process. When you are working in production, in my opinion, you are committing to lifelong learning and lifelong creativity. New solutions to new problems, new solutions to old problems. And so a willingness to learn, a willingness to engage the people who know more or know better than you, and hopefully they can take you under their wing and tutor you or mentor you in a way that you absorb in some ways their collective knowledge and your experience, and that's value added. Because now, if an opportunity presents itself, you can say, I worked with these individuals, I picked up these skills, I have these other things that I know how to do that I feel like are mine, and it presents an opportunity for you and for a future employer to maximize everything based on that experience. Working as a production assistant or on an internship can be incredibly rewarding. It also can be really thankless. You might be taken for granted, and the best thing you can do is turn that into a positive. Understand that you really are a valuable part of the team. They wouldn't have brought you on board, they wouldn't have looked for this position if it didn't contribute meaningfully to what they do. So find those ways that you really can contribute. Find a way to feel that's rewarding, and you can really turn these into great opportunities for professional development, either in terms of networking, working at that place professionally, or going up the ziggurat of power at that job. You can turn a production assistantship, you can turn an internship into something really positive and meaningful. I hope you can take these points to heart, because the people that I've written letters of recommendation for, the people who I've endorsed for professional positions, have really maximized the internships or the production assistantship opportunities they've had, and have been able to parlay that into a lot of really great professional development and growth. I'm really proud of the people that I've known who have gone on to far bigger and better things that I've had at least a little hand in. And I hope you can turn the opportunities that you are finding in front of you into really great things that will launch you onto a career that you find incredibly rewarding. Thanks for watching.